Welcome in, everyone. We've got Mons here with me. Happy Thursday. It is crazy how fast this entire month has been flying by. Can't believe we're
Yeah,
almost to December, Mons. It's pretty
I
crazy.
truly can't believe it. And I also didn't realize that Thanksgiving was next week, which is very crazy to me because I swear we had just started November. So time is really flying by.
It is cruising by. For those of you who are just jumping in here for the first time, welcome to She Speaks Sneakers, where Mons and I basically talk pretty much about all of our sneaker pickups, what's been going on in our lives. Definitely have some different perspectives because Mons is over on the West Coast while I'm on the East Coast, which is still
Mhm.
fun because we get to talk about what's going on your side of the US, and I get to talk a little bit about what's going on over here. But we have a huge amount of things to talk about today because I just got a bunch of packages in from Jordan Brand. Really excited to share some of the holiday pieces that they sent over.
Mhm.
And then I also got seeded some other pieces from other brands. So it's definitely going to be a fun filled night. We've also got some other topics we want to talk about. I'm going to be heading to Anime NYC this next couple days.
I'm
So
very
I won't really be sleeping pretty much. And yeah, what's been going on with you though, Mons? How's life?
It's been pretty mellow for the last week, I will say. And for those who were able to tune in on last week's live, then you'll know that I was a little bit sick. So now that I'm back at 100%, I'm really excited to be back on our live. And of course, like Marissa said, I will be going through some of the pickups that I've gotten in the past week as well. Not anything too crazy, but definitely some. One of them actually might be in my top 10 sneaker pickups of the year. So I'm really, really excited to be sharing with you.
Ooh, that's exciting. Anthony
Very
came up with a good
exciting.
idea, Mons. He's like, you should do this series on Mondays and call it Mons Days.
Uh,
I'm dead. Anthony has the best puns.
I can't keep
Welcome.
up. I'm really worse at puns, so.
That
But
was
I
that's a
actually
good
really like
one.
that. We'll try it. We'll try it one of these days. We'll call it one.
Oh yeah, when we do our next live, we'll definitely call it Mons Days. But
Yes.
welcome in everyone. We got Mace, a Mr. 300C, Anthony, of course, a Slick, Rick 223, Space Magic Storm, Kel, Rudy, what's good, and Space Magic Storm in the house. It's good to see you all in here. I love doing these lives. It gives us the opportunity, of course, to answer any of your questions and also interact with you. And of course, I always love doing these lives with Mons. You always have the heat in the background, but also
Yeah.
you are one of the best at copying pretty much the hard to get sneaker pickups every week. So I'm always excited to see what you have. And of course, Mons, if you do not follow her already, be sure to check her YouTube channel out, as well as her Instagram. She definitely has some insanely good and well put together fits when it comes to how to style sneakers. So if you want some other options as to how to style, she is definitely a go-to there. But yeah, we've got some topics to talk about, Mons. Which one do you want to start with?
Should we? I know we have a lot of sneakers to get through, but I,
I'm
I
gonna
know
show
I'm
you
sure
all the tower that I hope doesn't
some
fall and take out my
idea.
camera and computer here in a second, but it's
I
cool.
wonder if we should just kind of like go through chunks a little bit and maybe, share a few sneakers, go through a topic, and then kind of like keep break it up in that sense so we have, sneakers to share every so
Yeah,
often.
let's do it.
Okay.
So I'll probably start. I'll segment mine. So I'll do like non-Jordan pairs, and then I'll do like maybe some performance pieces, and then just
Mhm.
other Jordan pieces that are separate from more performance-based basketball sneakers. Hope
That
you're
sounds
all
great.
excited. This is pretty much the only live you're going to see of some unreleased pairs of Jordans today.
Very.
I'm pretty much one of the first people to have it in hand. I actually was reading some articles, Mons, and some
Mhm.
articles have gotten a lot of things wrong, which is quite interesting. I guess that's what happens when you don't have a pair in your hand, so you don't really
That's
know necessarily how to write about it because you think it's going to come out a certain way and then you end up seeing it and you're like, wow, this is not what I stated in that article.
No, that's
uh
true. Absolutely. And when we see a lot of sample photos coming through social media and whatnot, there's definitely a lot of information that just gets shared. And so exactly like you said, I think it gets really tough to be able to put it into facts and then until you actually get it in hand. So, yeah.
Exactly. CD Scales with the early shock drop cop. Congrats everyone who was able to get the Jordan 11 gratitudes on that shock drop. I
Mhm.
always am amazed just because I rarely get shock drops. So congrats to anybody who has that shock drop luck. I am not one of you.
I wish I could say the same. I feel like I have more luck on actual release day releases versus shock drop. There is that one in a million moment where I actually get it. So I think it's funny though that they call it shock drop because I feel like everyone knows right beforehand when it's before it drops. So I think it's always
Should we just
interesting,
rename it to planned drop?
right?
Premeditated drop coming at you.
Exactly. I think that might be a little bit more accurate in that sense. Yes. But yeah, congrats
Exactly.
on that.
So why don't you start, Mons? I mean,
Sure.
I don't wanna take over this whole live with the stack,
No,
but yeah,
not
definitely you start. You go first.
sounds good. Well, like I said, I'm still very much looking forward to what you got in the mail. So I have three pairs to share today. Now, the first one isn't my pair, but I thought they would still be very fun to share. So it is actually the Kyler Murray and Dunk collab that came out recently, the Be One of One. So were you
I
able to
like the
see the
box. It's
I
clean.
know
Is that a bronze tone?
it
Ooh,
is like I want to say it's like a light copper bronzy
okay.
color. I wouldn't say it's
Yeah.
gold because it's a little bit deeper, but definitely different from the typical red and white Nike sportswear box that we see. So let me get it right there. Yay! There we go.
I like
And then
that.
it's a pull out kind, so that's always nice. And yeah, very simple packaging, but still different, which is really nice. I
Yeah.
feel like this is my husband's pair, and now that I saw it, I'm jealous. Might have to look on the secondary market for this guy, but here we are.
Ooh, those
Looks
are beautiful, Mons.
right, stunning, right? I'm so jealous of this pair right now, and now that
Wow.
I'm just so sad. I wish I had gone
Yeah,
for it.
I love that swoosh. Those are so sick.
It is so beautiful, and I think what makes it pop for me, at least aside from that really nice rose gold metallic swoosh, is this kind of like quilted overlay, if you will, and it has those distressed edges
Yeah,
and
I like that it has the distress. Oh, rope laces. I mean, it's
like
we rarely
laces.
see rope laces, so you got to take advantage when you can when you get a pair.
Absolutely. And I was actually looking inside the sneakers and I didn't see any additional laces. So it looks like it's just going to be this kind of like mint color, but I think they look really great on the sneaker. And we also
I'm
have like,
biased. I love
yeah,
green, so this
you
is
know,
this is
green,
definitely. I'm so biased, Mons. Any green pair you're gonna show me, I'm gonna be like, yep, probably gonna make the top 10.
green's the color. And I think he did such a great job on the design as well. And I think one of my favorite things on the sneaker underneath the tongue here, it says, I don't know if y'all can see this, be one of one.
Oh, be one of one. I do love that. Look at those nails, by the way. I love that color.
Thank you. I thought it would be, very festive for the holidays. So, but thank you. And yeah, overall, such a beautiful shoe, very underrated because I don't really see a lot of people posting these. So I think this definitely, went under the radar with people's pickups. But stunning shoe. If you were able to get these, I'm jealous of you. And if you have a 6.5, so
Send
yeah,
him Mons' way,
I
please. She needs
have
a pair
everything.
now. She's got to match her hubby.
I have to watch now that I've seen them. So there we go. There's that first one.
What's good, everyone who's jumping in here? Be sure to hit that like button if you're joining this live right now. We love to just know that you guys enjoy going live with us. Rudy, of course, you already copped a pair. Of course, I'm not even shocked about that. But what's good, everyone who's just jumping in here? We got K183 in the house. Jonathan Lew. Oh, you like the turquoise gray color? Love it too. We got Steven as well. CD Scales. Thank you. Appreciate that. We love you all as well. Thank you for joining us. But Moz is just going through her pickups for the week. Already
Yeah,
a fire pickup from your husband.
I know.
Definitely,
So
definitely makes it hard for you. I feel like
I
whenever he gets something, you have to get it right.
have them, or I feel like I get FOMO, and then I suddenly have the urge to just match him, which we actually always don't do because we tend to have different, styles and I guess like interests, of course. So we don't, of course, have all of the same pairs, but once in a blue moon, we will, connect on our interests. But the next
Hmm.
one will fall into, well, there's two colorways, so they kind of fall into my sneaker pickup of the year. So this isn't in the special box, so I
Ooh,
might
sneaker pickup
put
of
it
the
on
year. Okay.
Adidas. Okay. And then I have to unwrap them because Adidas does the double wrap around the sneaker. But
Cheetah Flowers. Good to see you in here, Cheetah. It's been a minute. Ooh, yes. These are, you got seated this pair too, right?
I got the other pair actually. So I ended up purchasing these, but I did get seated the other pair, which
Okay.
I'll show in a moment because it has the special packaging, which is absolutely stunning. I was literally at a loss of words when it came through the mail because of how beautiful they are. But I wanted to show this one first. So for anyone who isn't familiar with the sneaker drop, they came out on November 4th. It's a collaboration between Unheard of brand and Adidas, and it is the Rivalry Low. This colorway is dubbed Mom's Ugly Couch, and then the
Love
other one
that.
is Grandma's
If it
Couch.
was
So,
Mom's Ugly Couch, I feel like there should be plastic covering the entirety of that sneaker because that's what
well,
I think of.
now that you're talking about the plastic, though, I'll go ahead and show them
Oh,
side to
there it
side.
is.
Here it is.
There it is.
Here it
Now it makes
is.
sense.
Now it makes sense, right? I think so. I mean, I'll go into why this is probably one of my top 10 sneaker pickups of the year, but I mean, just the packaging alone is just absolutely stunning. So here is kind of like the label that we have here on the front comes with that really nice plastic cover, which
Kind of
actually
looks
has
exactly like a, you know what sheets come in or just like a
exactly.
comforter. That's what it looks like.
Yes. So I'll just pull this out for
Somebody
everybody.
said it reminds me of the Arizona iced tea. It kind of looks like the Arizona iced tea.
It it does. You're right. If actually, I think this one looks like the Arizona because of that, teal color. But in terms of pattern, I totally agree with you. But even just this alone, I thought this was so cool.
Oh,
So
there's actually flowers on the outside of it too. So it's not
there
just like a
are.
clear sleeve. That's
I
really
thought so
cool.
too until I saw it was kind of different layers. So it kind of matches the print on the box itself, on the packaging. So I thought that was really clever of them to do that. But just, I mean, we
That's a
haven't even gone to
beautiful
the sneakers
box.
yet.
Wow.
It's just the box.
Wow.
um,
Yeah, that's a good looking box.
it is absolutely beautiful. So for those who are lucky enough to get the special box, I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am because it has come also with some really, really great accessories. So, of course, before I get more into it, thank you so much, Unheard of Brand, for sending this over to me. I really appreciate it. And stunning. Congratulations on this collaboration. And
Ooh, is
so
that
this is the
embroidered?
design. It is embroidered. It is. I don't know if you see it, but
Wow.
it is beautiful. And the material is more of like a corduroy, if you will, like a lighter corduroy.
Okay.
And then it has always be a good boy on the back there.
Something everyone's grandma says. Be a good boy now,
Yes,
be a good girl now.
exactly.
I was always
Grandma,
bad, Mons. I'm not gonna lie. I was always in trouble. Always.
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I was a troublemaker and I always got my Sunday best dresses destroyed in mud and dirt. I don't even know where it came from, to be honest with you. My grandma would be like, make sure to not get dirty while you're playing outside. And I would come home late, dirty, tears,
Mhm.
rips, missing a hat. Good times.
It's all we're gonna have to hear one of those stories one of these days for sure. Um, and then, sorry, there's a couple more accessories in here that I wanted to share. So it does come with that Unheard of keychain, really cute.
Wow. You're getting a lot with this sneaker. This is pretty
Oh, but
crazy.
yes, and then these kind of
Keychain. Is that a pin?
they're they're like the lace locks, I guess you could say. So you
Oh,
slip them through.
okay. Yeah, those are
Yeah,
the lace locks that you can put your laces through in the front. Really
a
cool. And
nice
some
little sticker.
stickers. Who
And
doesn't love
then,
a good sticker pack?
yeah, I love a good sticker pack. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this was painted by Philip's grandfather and was given to his grandmother as a gift. So I thought that was really nice. And it was watercolor, I believe.
Oh,
So
wow.
really, really beautiful, meaningful touches on the sneaker itself. And of course, there we go. Star of the show.
Mm.
So
All right. I'm trying to think of which one. I think I like the blue one
you like the blue one?
over
So
this. I think,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. They're so different. This
They
is one
are
of those
so
moments where you
different.
have to buy both of them because you can't choose.
I think that's where I was because I was definitely leaning towards more the purple lilac one, and I thought this looks exactly like a grandma's couch as I could imagine it, and I thought this was a really nice take as well with the blue and the brown contrast with that like reddish detail as well. So
Ooh, and
I
there's gold print on the back. I love
think
that. Such
back.
nice
So
details.
yes, a lot of stunning details. So it also says right here, always be a good boy. So that's what
Somebody
was
says,
always.
"Did you eat?" is another saying. Yes, especially as Filipinos. Can you ever leave a Filipino household, Mons, without like touching food? Because I don't think it's possible.
I don't think it's possible because food is like a love language for Filipinos. So I think the way that they showed their love was to make sure that we were well fed. And so, yeah, I don't think there's any way that you can get away with leaving the house without even if you're full, right? You're still going to have some kind of meal or a snack or something is always going to be offered to you. I can guarantee it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And my grandma always had hard candy and these like crystal bowls all over the
Yeah.
house. You could not miss a piece of candy in this house, I swear to you. It was everywhere.
I feel like grandparents' houses are always super stocked. And I think one of the reasons why I love this pair as well is because my grandma also raised me a little bit growing up when my parents weren't around when they were at work. So
Me
I think
too, girl.
so I for me it like resonates a lot. And I think that's one of the reasons why this collaboration is really at least is important to me because I can see the impact that his grandma had on him and the way
Hmm.
like my grandma impacted me. So, like when you have stories like that, it truly resonates. And I mean, it was just an easy cop for me. So, yeah.
Lovely.
Very,
Great
yes.
pickup, Mons.
Thank you. Thank you. And I would love to know everyone in the comments which one you preferred, or if you ended up picking them up. I would love to know, which
Okay,
one you like better.
193. Hey, this is definitely, I mean, floral print, definitely, you have to be okay with, rocking floral print. I know that it's not for everyone.
I think floral print, I will say, is a little bit hard to rock. It's not for everyone, like you said, but I think the way that they did it was just so tasteful and not
Hmm.
over the top. I think that's what I like the most about it is that they found that balance between adding color and adding florals and adding like even that corduroy material that I talked about is on
Is
here
on
as
there.
well.
It's similar
All
to J
important.
Tips. I mean, J Tips, I feel like, did a
Yep.
great job with implementing floral
Mhm.
patterns into the
Yes.
mix, but still keeping a bit of
Mhm.
masculinity in a sense where it wasn't a sneaker where I feel like guys would not be drawn to it, where they're like, no, 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 I can't wear this. So I think the
Yeah,
subtleties of this really worked, and even the blue pair kind of has this Timberland effect to it as well,
it
where they kind of
does. You're
integrated that
always,
same tone. So I feel like
mhm.
this one for a lot of my guy friends would be probably one that they would veer more towards because of
More
that.
variable. Absolutely.
Exactly. The lavender definitely I feel like is a little bit more on the feminine side, but this one for sure I think is a little bit more relatable in that
Mhm.
sense.
Yes, I completely
No
agree with
longer.
you. But now
We got
at
to put
least you
Noah in
have,
here.
one for every audience if this is your vibe. But yeah, I think, like I said, really great sneaker, really great collaboration. So I'm looking forward to the rest of their collaborations and see what else they come up with. So thought I would
Yeah.
share that with you.
Rudy. Of course, Rudy, I'm bringing my heat out here. I'm just making you guys wait a little bit. I know. I know. We're working our way and intertwining it into, the mix. But
Yes,
I
yes.
got some basketball heat for you, Rudy. You're going to love tonight. Don't worry.
Well, everyone, so that's all of the sneakers that I had for this week. But nonetheless, I'm very happy with, my pickups for the week.
That's a great
I
week, Mons.
Yeah, I was very happy. I wasn't really expecting any sneakers to come in for the week, but I was like pleasantly surprised with what came through the mail. So
Yeah, no. I mean, I think that that is such a relatable collaboration, especially for those
absolutely.
of us who were raised by our grandparents. The same with me. My mom had me super young, a little teenager. So my grandparents were 100% like mom and dad when I was growing
Very
up.
involved. Absolutely, yeah,
Very
and
involved, which is why I can cook all the Filipino cuisine for all of you Filipinos out there. I know how to make it all.
I know
rolling
we've been,
lumpia since I was 4.
yeah, very cultured for sure. So yes, and it
Any
looks.
anime NYC ready
Ooh,
sneakers?
yeah. Do
Adam,
you have any?
I don't know. Maybe you all need to help me pick out my sneaker selects for this weekend. I ordered some costumes and they have not arrived yet. So I may not have costumes to wear. It may just be me and myself going as who I am, everyone. I'm sorry. I know it's a bummer,
Hey,
but
that's perfectly fine. But
that is the mail system.
oh gosh, do you are the costumes that you have, are they going to be a surprise, or can we get a hint on what who you're cosplaying?
They were going to be a surprise, but
Huh.
I don't even want to jinx myself, Mons, at this point, because I might say it and then they're not going to get here in time, and
Oh, okay, that's
I'm gonna
fair.
have to
Yes,
save it for the next event. So
we
fingers
will.
crossed, the universe, helps me out.
I,
But one of the topics, Mons, I want to bring it back to before I guess we get into some of my sneakers because some of these are
yeah,
not Nike or Jordan brand, but it's
mhm,
the state of the sneaker industry and
right.
what people just kind of like holding off with buying right now. I know prices
Mhm.
of sneakers have gone up as far as inflation goes. This is an all-time
Definitely
high,
right.
and I think that a lot of brands are really going through it right now. We're seeing
Mhm,
that in the resale market, and I also feel
mhm,
like a lot of these up and coming brands are really kind
mhm.
of taking a different slice of the pie, you can say, whereas brands like Nike and Jordan itself, I mean the entity has always been a huge part of the market, but now we've got so many different brands that are up and coming that people are really
Mhm,
going after, and it's really
mhm.
expanding it in a different way. And I think that's probably
Absolutely.
something not a lot of people talk about is it's like, oh well, the sneaker wasn't hype enough or this or
Mhm,
that, but I think people forget that there are so many brands that are coming
mhm.
up, and you're
Right.
seeing it in stores like Foot Locker. It
Mhm.
looks so different inside of Foot Locker or JD
Definitely.
Sports. It's like what you're seeing front and center are not your typical brands. And one of those brands, actually, I'll start
Mhm.
with is Hoka. Hoka has definitely taken a huge slice of that pie when it comes to space inside of sneaker store. And typically that's based off of how well a product is moving. So when you walk
Right.
into a retail store, typically the largest space is
Mhm.
because a product is doing very well. Consumers are going in, they're purchasing it, and that's what they really want to have front and center. And I feel like Hoka has
Mhm.
really earned its spot. On is another company that I think is really taking a
Mhm.
huge slice of the market right now. You're seeing a lot of on pieces, pretty much like
Mhm.
half of a shelf, I think I saw the other day inside of a Foot Locker store.
Definitely.
But it's pretty interesting to see where people's interests are shifting,
Yes.
whether or not it's, these different running brands, but people are also using these running brand sneakers as lifestyle sneakers.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's really exciting to see because the state of everything, at least like 10 years ago, which is when I started collecting, was definitely not what you would see now. And I would say, like, on the flip side of that, I think it's really great if you're trying to get into sneakers right now or trying to collect the sneakers that you want. Because, like you said, since there is a variety of brands that are coming out with their own thing and they're all doing very well, like Hoka and On. And those are the brands that I keep hearing from my friends actually that are like, hey, Mons, do you have Hoka? Or have you tried it? Because I can guarantee you it's like the most comfortable pair that I've ever had. And I still don't have Hoka, but
Exactly.
I am pick them up. But like you said, they've taken these running walking shoes and put them into lifestyle. And that's literally what I see. Even through fashion influencers have really shifted their interest in other brands, which is really exciting to see. So I'm looking forward to how else the sneaker industry will definitely evolve and how things will go. So very exciting times right now for sure.
To a gender bend, you're so funny. It's like a gender reveal
Oh,
for cosplay. Yeah, that would be pretty funny, everyone. Demon Slayer inspired fits. Adam, I'm thinking about
great.
Demon Slayer one of these days. It won't be this anime, but
Mhm.
at some point, I am definitely going to do a Demon Slayer inspired aesthetic. I just am waiting for the right moment and the right character. So,
Yes.
going off of that topic, Hoka actually sent me a pair of
Mhm.
my first Hoka sneakers that I will be doing an entire unboxing on. But this is the Hoka Clifton LS. A lot of
Mhm.
you who are Hoka fans probably know of the Hoka Clifton. This is actually like a customized version of the Clifton, which is why it's called the LS. But this is also a
Mhm.
hype
Mhm.
Hoka because it is a collaboration with Satisfy. I've done, actually, I
Ooh.
don't know if I've put these videos up. I'm so behind on videos I
Mhm.
need to post, but I've done a couple Crocs in Satisfy collaborations. I don't
Mhm.
know if you know the brand Mons, but Satisfy is a sick like
Mhm.
French brand, and they typically do super kind of outdoorsy pieces. And so whenever you see them do collaborations on sneakers or with Crocs, it's usually a bit more rugged. And so for this Hoka, the aesthetic of it, like this
Mhm.
doesn't even look like the Clifton silhouette. It's so rugged. But they did
Yes.
release this in a few different colors. I'll show you the other colorway that I have. But
Mhm.
this one's really nice. I mean, it's a nice kind of chocolatey brown. You've got the Satisfy branding on the side there, but I think this is a really sick looking sneaker, especially for a
I think
Hoka.
so too. No, definitely. And I didn't even realize that it was chocolate colored details on there because I think I saw it as all black and kind of metallic looking. So I think they look really nice. And I love a good branding on a sneaker. So I like that they put it towards the front of the toe box, especially since I see a lot of brand collaborations tend to have it either like on the tongue or the back. So now you can see it front and center there, which is really nice. But definitely
This
a great
also is
lifestyle.
dropping tomorrow, just so everyone knows. This will officially release tomorrow for $225. Again, they're going
Mhm.
to have different types of colorways. The box is also like really cool. I don't know what exactly shape this is, but
Oh,
it's cool,
oh,
right?
I thought the angle for a moment. I was like, wait. I thought it was cut off, but that was so cool. I was not expecting that kind
Yeah.
of sneaker. Wow.
It's a cool
How
shape.
cool. It's
But
so
yeah,
cool.
this is a really cool collaboration. Let me bring out the other color option
Nice.
as well. So if you're not feeling the
Mhm.
like darker shades, I know that a lot of people aren't really big fans of darker
Mhm.
shades for their sneakers. They
Right.
do have another like lighter variation.
We love options for sure.
So this
Oh,
is
this
the
is
other
definitely one
colorway.
I love for sure.
It's
And I think
more of a cream and
I have
blue.
more. Oh, yes.
I don't
Okay.
know if you
Is it
can see
kind
the
of a
Satisfy.
minty, like seafoam green kind of color? At least that's what it's looking
Kind
like on
of, yeah. I'm trying to get this
great.
close so you can kind
Oh,
of see it up
that looks
close, but
really
my
good.
camera's having a hard time. Yeah, but this is like a more neutral tone. It's got a gum bottom
Mhm.
on there as
I
well.
love
I guess it's like a subtle gum
it.
bottom. It's not the full length, but there's like patches of it.
Yeah. I really like that though. I like that it's not all over it and just little details on there. Nice.
Yeah, it's very subtle. So again, I'm going to actually be expanding on other silhouettes on the channel.
Mhm.
So for those of you who are huge fans of Hoka, I'm definitely going
Mhm.
to be dabbling a little bit more into other brands that are not typically your Jordan, Nike, or
Mhm.
Adidas. Because I do know that there is a huge audience out there, and I definitely want to tailor to other audiences as well. Not that I'm forgetting about you, hardcore Jordan and Nike fans. I definitely will continuously, do unboxings and styling episodes for
Mhm.
those specific brands, but definitely going to be just kind of teetering a little outside of the box, here and there. Looks like the
Definitely.
Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Other brands, Veha, Golden Goose, especially for women. There are so many, honestly, like, Mons, we could spend, I feel like,
Mhm.
days going through all of the different sneaker brands out there. Like, even Kizik was a brand that I talked about on our last live, which is an up and
Yeah.
coming brand for those people who don't want to tie their sneakers. They want something to be able to easily access. The other collaboration, oh, yeah. Huge shout out again to Hoka for sending these pairs my way, by the way.
Ooh.
I'm not sure if I thanked you.
That's awesome.
But next up is Puma actually sent me a cute little packaging, and this is for a collaboration that was done with Noah. I'm always obsessed with Noah pieces. I don't know if you've had
Those
any Noah pieces before, Mons.
I don't, unfortunately, but now, see, I like the fact that we're able to talk about different brands because I myself am still trying to diversify my collection as much as I can. So I think it's really exciting that we're able to talk about them outside of, the big name brands. But I think this is a great fall winter sneaker, actually.
It's kind of Cool,
And
right? I mean, it's different. This
oh,
wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I also have some
right.
capsule collection pieces
Mhm,
as well. These are available now. They're retailed at
mhm,
$120. The thing I
mhm.
like about this is it's a very dressy looking sneaker. It almost
Yes,
doesn't look or feel like a sneaker when you look at it.
right. Even the sole itself, it actually reminds me of the Samba a little bit, maybe just like a little bit thicker in the color. But I like the fact that there are no
Let me show the
laces.
gold.
So I think if you're someone that's on the go, that'll be a really great sneaker for you to have when,
Like,
you don't want to
there
even
we
think
go.
about laces because I can certainly speak to that for sure.
Yeah, it's got some
Yeah.
gold detailing. When I've gotten other pieces from Noah, it's typically through Adidas, and
Mhm,
every single time I'm blown away by the pieces. I think Noah just nails it when it comes to collaborations. But these are
mhm.
also some pieces that released with the sneaker as well. This cute little beanie.
Very cool. I'm not a big beanie person. I don't know why. They just don't look good on me, but I think that looks really cute.
Gotta have
I
beanies
try.
out here in New York, Mons. Your ears will fall off.
They just do not look good on me. And I've tried a number of beanies and I don't know what it is. It just doesn't work out.
You don't like it? I feel like you would be cute in beanies.
I
So
don't know. Maybe it's just
also,
me, but I wear them like if I'm going to the snow or snowboarding or something like that. But I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe I'll try again. Very
this is a
nice.
cute
Simple shirt.
tee.
And you said that these are available currently, correct?
Yeah, so these are all currently available. This is the capsule collection that released as well. This is very
Nice.
Noah. Again, it kind of reminds me of the collaboration Noah did with Adidas. The colors are pretty similar.
Mhm.
Um, and then I got a scarf as well. Definitely getting
Yes.
us ready for winter in New York.
Me. Yeah, and of course in New York. Oh, I like the little fringe detail at the end. And is the Puma
Um,
embroidered on the scarf,
It's
or is
not
it more printed?
embroidered, but you do get a cute little Noah tag there, which is quite
Mhm.
nice.
Very
Someone is
nice. I
asking,
love.
comfortable Hoka or Solomon? Honestly, I like both Solomon and Hokas. I think it depends on what you're trying to do with the sneaker itself, because when you get into
Mhm,
Hoka and Solomon, I feel like it gets very technical. So,
mhm,
depending on what you're planning on using the sneaker for, if it's a
mhm,
walking sneaker, running sneaker,
mhm,
training sneaker, I think
mhm,
it's just they're two different brands. They're completely different, and they have so many different variations of silhouettes. But
mhm.
I think they're both comfy. And this is the last piece. I really like this. It's kind of like this
Very
cute
cute.
little quarter button down, but I'm not quite
That
exactly sure what this little
I was
dragon
going
is, but it's
to ask you.
everywhere.
Okay, on the screen I thought they were foxes at first, and I was like, "How cute!" But I think I like it more now that it's a dragon.
Yeah, it's a
Very
cute
cool.
little dragon. And then the box is really cool too. It's very old school looking.
Yes, very classic box for sure. I like that, and I really like the lime green as well. So that's really nice. Um,
Cool
Steven,
alternate
thank
to the
you.
Noah Puma Clyde laced version. Yeah, Adam, I agree. Like Mons was saying too, she likes the fact that there's no laces on this. I always love having just different variations for my sneakers. And again, I just
So
think that this is a very upscale looking sneaker.
mhm, I think so.
Thanks, Puma, for sending these my way. Thanks, Noah, as well. Really appreciate you thinking about me each time you have these amazing collaborations and releases. All right, before we get into Jordan, I'm going to
Yeah.
show one more pickup. I actually did this boot. I want to say like a few years ago. I did it in white, but it's the Nike Coldwall Geoforms.
Oh yes. Okay.
Geoformas. I don't know if you've seen them. They're very like geometrical looking.
Yes. I've seen them. Yes.
So I did them the first time around. It was like a kind of cream and grayish tone, but I had to get them in black because this is very,
Looks
very
so
New
good.
York. Gosh,
I
it's
was
so
gonna say
heavy.
the style fits work so perfectly, and I think they're so cool. I love them.
These sold out, Mons, so fast. Like
Oh,
these
I'm
were
not gonna
gone on the sneakers app like in 2 seconds. But for those of you looking for just like a really cool aesthetic looking boot, I
lie.
feel like this it just looks so good on foot.
It does. Even on camera, I can tell that I think it would look good on everybody. And is it a slip-on boot? There's no zipper or
So
any.
there's a
Oh, it's on
zipper
the front.
there. It almost kind of looks like a wetsuit in the front.
Yes, exactly. Is it a neoprene material as well on the top then?
Yeah,
Or
so it's neoprene on the top and on the upper here.
nice, that's
But
cool. I
definitely
love
like a
how
good kind of weather type of boot. And it's definitely got some good traction on the bottom too.
yes, you can definitely. It is very New York, like you said, and I feel like if I wear something like that here, I would definitely get looks, but that's okay. Maybe because it's like 80 degrees
I
out here.
know. Exactly. It's a very New York type of boot.
Yeah, but I mean, if I were to still be living in a cooler city, I think I would definitely have copped those boots for sure. Very practical to have. So,
I feel like the white ones would look cute on you, Mons. I feel like you could pull a white boot off out there. I also wish I still, didn't store those ones because that would be like a great cosplay boot.
that would actually, I feel like there are a lot of cosplays where you can utilize that boot a lot. White boots are very, very popular in anime, so I think that would have been
Very
really nice.
popular. Always need a good white boot.
Yes,
All right, shall we
absolutely.
get into the pieces that Jordan sent me?
Let's get into it. I think everyone's looking forward to that. I know I am for sure. So, where are we starting? Where are we going?
We'll start with performance based. So Rudy, if you're in here right now, this is for you, Rudy, because you're just a performance junkie when it comes to Jordan. Willie Steen, looking forward to the Sakai and Jean Paul Gaultier. Honestly, those look so sick. I don't know if you've seen them, Mons, but
Yeah.
I'm really excited for those. I think like color wise, aesthetically, it just is really different and very
Yes.
fashion forward. I love my fashion forward sneakers.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll start.
Different.
So these are the Jordan Luka twos. I think
Nice.
I've done a couple Jordan Lukas. I
I
know
think you
you're
have
not huge on the performance, but that's okay, Mons. We're gonna get you into it.
that's okay. That's okay. I'm still very much interested. Maybe I
So
should get
this is
recommendations
the smoke
to play ball.
gray laser orange, and it
Ooh,
looks like this one also is made with at least 20% recycled materials. For all of you who are sustainable junkies out there and you're looking to, have a sustainable sneaker for the courts, this might be for you.
ooh, top
Really cool
sneaker.
color scheme.
I agree. Yes.
So I
And I
don't
really like
really have the
that.
release date for these yet, but it's set to release in the holiday. What were you going to say?
Mhm. I really like it looks like a kind of like zigzag pattern on the upper
Mm-hmm.
there. That looks stitched. Very nice detail. And I really like those pops of orange, yellow kind of throughout the sneaker as well. So I'm taking notes right now just in case if anyone of my friends that actually play ball and they ask me like, oh, what should we look into? At least I know some recommendations to give at least, or at least some to check out.
Even
That would be cool.
color wise, I feel like just performance based sneakers right now, they're coming out with these cool color schemes that didn't exist back in the day.
Right.
So it's really nice to have so many different variations and selections to choose from just based on an
Mhm.
appearance, kind of feel. But even this, like look how cool the lacing is. The lace goes all the way and threads itself to the back of the heel, which is not very
Right.
common.
No, I think so. And like we were talking about earlier, there's just been a shift in sneakers. And I think they are starting to come out with more colors that are wearable. Cause I know for sure that I would wear, and just to clear it up with everyone, I don't play basketball, just so you know.
It's all right,
But I have
Mons.
worn like my old KDs out. I've worn like LeBron's out, just like casually and just as a lifestyle sneaker. So I think it's nice that there are colors that you're able to do that even if you don't play ball. So, kind of best of both worlds there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and honestly, like as a volleyball player, Mons, I know you played volleyball like
Mhm.
me. Like these
Mhm.
are great. I feel like sneakers as well to play volleyball
Yeah.
in, even though it's not marketed as a volleyball sneaker. I think like as
Right.
far as just lateral movements, getting like an
Right.
extra boost in your jump, and also having
Mhm.
traction, like it has everything a volleyball player would want in a sneaker. But this
Yeah.
one's going to be retailed at $140. Again, it's to be decided on exactly when the official
Mhm.
release will be for those.
Nice.
So we're just awaiting that. I do have another Luka too, different colorway.
Very good. See,
Rudy, I
Lacey,
knew
they're
you would
giving
love this one.
variety.
N7 collection with the colors and stitching. I agree with you, Adam. I feel like it could be a part of that. Next year is the year of the foam posit, and you're determined to get a pair. All right, Willie. Well, we'll give you some foam posit energy. I hope you're able to get a pair. So this is a completely different colorway from that first variation. This is known as the bread. So for those of you who are fans of bread tones, this is probably more down your alleyway instead of that kind of cool gray laser orange feel. But these are already available at $130. And this is actually taking a nod from the Air Jordan 4 cements.
That's why. Yeah, I
Can
can
you
see
see it
that.
in there? You can definitely kind of see where they're
And you
adding
see the
those notes
direction
and
that they were going
spackles.
for sure with this one. I actually didn't even recognize that they were the same silhouette when you brought it out because I think the color blocking is so different from the first one. But
Yeah, let
yeah,
me
like you
bring
said,
that
you're
out.
right. I think it looks so different.
I mean, these are
Like,
not. It literally looks like a different silhouette, but they are the
yeah,
same exact silhouette, just different color
right.
variations.
Exactly. So, I mean, a lot of versatility, a lot of diversity in the colors. So many more options nowadays for sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let us know, everyone. Which one do you prefer out of these two Luka 2s? Are you more of a bread fan, or do you like this kind of cool gray laser orange variation? I feel like these are two different types of personalities.
No, I think that's why I didn't recognize it the first time because if I had to pick, I think I'm more of that like smoke gray colorway, but I can definitely appreciate a good red colorway. So,
I'm just gonna bury myself in sneakers here in a moment. You're not gonna be able to see me anymore, but that's cool, right?
no, you get to see all the sneakers and everything you have to offer today to share with everyone.
All right, so next up is Zion 3. So I've definitely done a few Zions on the channel. If you're a fan of
Definitely.
Zions, this is actually a really cool colorway. So this is just called the black and white.
Hmm.
Um, and these again are set to release sometime in December. They haven't really set again an official release date, but they're going to release around $140. Kind
Not
of
bad.
reminds me of like Oreos, milk and cookies.
It does. Right away. That's exactly what I thought of, especially with the black and white. And oh, is that a blue translucent sole as well on the
Yeah,
bottom?
and you
It looks
can you see the
so
black and
cute.
white underneath it? I love that they kept
I
it
like
like
that it
that.
overlaps with each other. That looks really good. Oh, and it has a little yellow on the bottom as well. Yeah, I
Hmm.
like that you can see the layers of the sneaker itself for sure. And you got that Jumpman logo on the tongue. Nice.
Yeah,
Solid
it's really
sneaker.
cool. I like the pattern. I mean, again, if you're a Zion 3, it looks like Rudy. Rudy, you're the one that lets me know what's hot on the court. So if you like it,
Let
then
us know
this is
which
something
one
you
is the
have to
best.
have.
Yes. Let us know for sure.
Next year, your wife is going to be so mad between foam posits and fours.
And fours.
All right, that's a tough one. Might just have to get her both.
Guess so. Guess we're
There
all
goes
spending
my
a lot
little
of money next year
earpiece.
for sure.
Okay, so next up, I'm like, where are we? Let's move on to the Tatums. So these are the
Nice.
Jordan Tatum ones. I feel like I've done a couple Tatums already on one of our lives, Mons, but these are
I
set to
feel like
release
we
December
did.
12th.
Nice.
And these are called the Cool Gray. So Jason Tatum, for those of you who are fans of him, he actually based this whole color scheme off of his favorite Jordan silhouette, which is the Air Jordan 11 Cool Grays.
I love that so much. That's definitely one of my top favorite colors of the Jordan 11 for sure. So, and I think that's exactly what I thought of when you pulled it out. So, I definitely see a lot of that inspiration in the sneaker.
I feel like the Jordan Tatum ones look very futuristic. This is, I feel like, one of the coolest silhouettes. It
Mhm.
definitely kind of has this like high fashion element to it, but again, it's got
Mhm.
that just cool gray tone all over, a little bit of nubuck. This is apparently like one of the lightest performance based basketball
Really?
sneakers too. It's very light in hand. So as you can see, there's
Mhm.
not a lot of rubber, and look at the bottom there. Do you see How cool
That's
that
true.
looks.
Yes. Very
So
minimal
this
in the
is,
material.
look, you can
It looks
put your
like, oh,
fingers
is that
through it.
hollowed
It's
out?
completely open. Yeah.
Wow, that's okay. I don't really see that very often, so I think that's pretty cool.
Isn't that crazy? So that just makes it way more lightweight.
Absolutely. Nice. And then what kind of material is on the upper itself? It looks like a softer material or
Yeah, it's actually not soft. It's pretty
oh,
rough to the touch. Yeah.
oh, I
It's
see.
definitely
Okay.
a knitted
Looks
material,
receiving
but it's
that
not a soft material. It has a bit more structure. I feel like
structure.
if it was a knitted material, it
Yeah,
just would be too flimsy and you wouldn't really get
that's,
that structure to kind of hold your foot in place.
that makes sense. Yeah.
But Rudy, yeah, Rudy, I hope that you go for this one because I'm actually a
Great.
fan of this. It's going to retail at $120 as well, which I think is a pretty decent
Great.
price point
I
for
think it
a
is.
performance sneaker.
Mhm. Especially since we see a lot of performance sneakers even go for a lot of money.
I
So,
know. And this is going to come in full family sizing. The perforation on this, though, is insane. Like, I feel like it's just going to be so breezy when you're running up and down the court in these.
oh, I bet. Very aerodynamic on the court.
Very much so. All right, so I do have another Tatum one, different color variation. Maybe I should just keep this one out just in case. You, so
We
it
should
looks, it's
make
gonna
it
look
kind of clear
completely
before
different.
I think it's a different sneaker altogether.
I feel like you're gonna be like, wait, Marissa, is this the same silhouette? Because when you see it in a darker variation, it just doesn't even look the same. And this is definitely a completely different color variation than the cool
Yeah.
gray variation. So these are known as the hometown or the green strikes. These are actually
Ooh,
available now. Again, a
nice.
completely different color, but I do love that, Jordan, when they do these cool collaborations, specifically like the Tatum ones, it's so varied in
Yeah.
colorways. So people from all over, depending on what your style and color is, they give you pretty much these different types of color schemes. So this is more of a neon colorway versus
Mhm.
that cool gray, which is more subtle and muted.
Definitely. Yeah, see, like I said, I wouldn't actually. This one is a little bit more similar with in terms of recognizing the silhouette, but I love the neon on there. The green and black look really good together. That nice contrast. Yeah.
Who went for the Wales Bonner Sambas? I did, Willie. I'm just still waiting
Right?
on mine to arrive. I don't have them to unbox for all of you yet, but hopefully soon. So yeah,
Hopefully,
this is the same silhouette, just two different color variations. I mean, it's almost like they're two different silhouettes, but it's the same.
yeah, two different
Which one is your
personalities.
favorite? I know. Split personalities right here once
What
again.
personality? I know. Let us know which one's your favorite. I am leaning towards the cool gray, maybe because I'm biased because I love a cool gray 11, but still both great looking shoes. But that would be my choice for these two. How about you? Which ones do you think you would lean towards?
I definitely think the cool grays. Though I think this is cool.
Right.
I honestly feel like it would depend on my team too, because aesthetically, if this was like my school colors, then I'd probably go with this.
Right.
But cool grays is definitely like a safer, I feel like
I
color
think so.
scheme.
Now that I saw it again, it's definitely giving me Shigo vibes for anyone who watched
Right.
Possible. I immediately thought of Shigo.
Yeah, I could definitely see that 100%. Okay, so let's get into this other stack now. My next one. So this is an Air Jordan 1 Low, and these
Nice.
are actually available right now. They're called the Black Elephants. I don't know if you saw images of these
I think
Mons, but
some images of that one kind of circulating around, but I haven't heard much talk around it. So, oh yeah,
there's
okay, yeah.
just so many
Mhm.
sneakers dropping, so I
You
feel
are
like it gets
right.
lost,
No, definitely. Yes. And I didn't see a lot of people talking about this one, but yeah, it looks like that elephant print is definitely more on the subtle side right off the bat and definitely a darker sneaker for sure. But yeah,
Yeah, they're
I like
keeping with that traditional elephant print, but it is kind of more of a muted looking sneaker. So if
that.
you're somebody who isn't as big of a fan with the
Right.
elephant print, I feel like this is that safety color scheme for you because you can't really see it as much.
Right, that's true. Yeah, if you're not really into like the super big printed sneakers, I think this one's a nice one as well and very wearable, I will say, because I love a good
Definitely.
bow silhouette and
If
to just
Anthony's in here, I think he would this one would pass the Anthony test for
oh
sure.
yeah, okay. This pair is for sure.
So these
Nice.
are retailing at $110 and they're currently available right now. If you're interested in getting those and didn't know that those officially released, uh,
Nice.
you're you're a Celtics fan nor a Tatum fan. Oh, you're not. Okay, Frank. So
Oh,
that green was not for you. What's up, Go and Goes? Good to see you in here. Of course, Rudy. I knew you were going to go for the cool
yes.
grays.
Nice. Can't go wrong with that color.
Steven, which material are you talking about? I've gone through like so many sneakers now, so it
I don't
could
have to
be
keep it.
any of them,
I know which question is referring to what.
right? So this is a silhouette I don't really do on the channel as much. I'm just not as big of a fan of the Air Jordan 8s. I don't know if you have
Okay.
any 8s in your collection, Mons, but this is probably one of the first 8s I feel like I am showing on my channel. But these are called the Winter Gunsmoke. They're set to release November 27th for $210. And I really like these. It's got some metallic silver accents on there.
Yes. No, they look good. Now that I see them in hand, because I have seen photos of them on the sneakers app and online. Just to answer your question, I do have a pair of Jordan 8s. They're not necessarily my favorite silhouette per se, but the one that I do have in my collection is the Dornbecker one, since I am a really big fan of that collection and for the organization itself. So that's the only pair of 8s that I have in my collection right now, but who knows, in the future that might change. But yeah.
We should play game ons and see how
Yeah.
long it takes us to take these on and off.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I think I remember now why I don't have that many. It's because the straps take forever to loop through. I don't know what it is. Then you have to like lace it up and then you have to put the straps. Oh my gosh. It's too much.
It's
Sometimes I don't even
it's a
bother and I
job
forget.
and a half. I do think that this is a very clean looking sneaker, but again,
Yeah.
I just remember the process of it.
Yeah.
And also, I'm going to show you the tongue detail because you can't really see it,
Great.
but it's got like this chenille towel material on the tongue.
Oh,
Can you
yeah,
see
I know what
that?
you mean. No, I like that a lot and I think that's a
It's
really
very
cool detail.
cozy looking. This is a great holiday release.
I love a good cozy sneaker. So now you're reminding me why I don't always reach for that pair as much as I love it, only because of how difficult it is. And let us know too in the comments if you have just have a pair of
Show
you
you
also
a
have
box as well.
that kind of difficulty because I would like to know. Yeah, and the box is nice and sleek. Actually,
Yeah.
sleek.
So November 27th, if you are interested, I think that this, again, really good quality pair of 8s. I
Mhm.
don't personally have a ton in my collection,
Mhm.
but if I were to probably go after an 8, I
Mhm.
feel like this would probably be a really good colorway just because this is an easy to style color
Clean,
scheme. Very
definitely.
clean.
Yeah, for sure.
And Mons and I are going to try and clock ourselves and see how long it takes us to take these on and off.
You should, yeah, we'll do
Let
it
us know how
live as
fast
well.
you think it is. I
And
know.
we'll see also how long it takes with my nails because I can tell you that sometimes lacing up my sneakers can be a challenge, but I feel like, I've I've become more efficient over the years with my nails.
All right, so next up is an Air Jordan 3.
Ooh, I love a good three.
I almost forgot about these. Just again, there's so many pairs coming out, but these are set to release November 25th,
Mm-hmm.
and they're known as the Fear. They're
Yeah.
set to release as well for $210. Oh, yeah, I forgot I took these insoles out because a couple articles kind
Mm-hmm.
of misnoted, I think, this
Okay.
specific silhouette, or they kind of confused it for the release that happened in 2013. So
Mm-hmm. Yep.
2013, this was
Yep.
released alongside two other Jordans, so also a 4 and a 5. But
Mm-hmm.
they're bringing it back. We're seeing it on this specific Air Jordan 3 silhouette, and it kind of, I don't know, I feel like this is more of a Halloween colorway. I feel like they should have
I
maybe
think
released
it
this for Halloween.
I think so. I feel like the timing for that would have been nicer if they did it around Halloween because of the orange accents. I mean, for me personally, I really like the Fear Fours. I love that sneaker. I don't have it in my collection, but maybe at one point I'll be able to get it. But that was definitely my favorite when it released. How about you? Which one? were you leaning towards or you gravitated towards more, you think?
Um, I like this pair.
Mhm.
Again, I think that this is more of a seasonal pair though for me.
Mhm.
I just
Mhm.
am not. Why is our screen moving away from us? It's like
Oh,
it's drifting away. Do you see this?
like slowly. Yeah, no, I see it. It's like slow. Yeah.
Oh no, there's like a weird beeping sound. What is that? Do you hear that, Mons?
I do not hear it on my end,
Oh,
but
let me like
I
see if I can
hear
fix
you
this.
perfectly. No
It's got
worries.
like a weird little beeping sound. I'm like, huh.
Rudy, my collection is up to close to 1,000 pairs. How
Oh,
do you
oh,
have
it's because
any?
I'm on. It's
Oh my god.
Sorry, everyone. Technical difficulties. I had the box on my keyboard and I was typing for you because I
Oh,
was just like, what in the world is this sound? But, anyways, yeah. So, I don't know. I feel like this is a great sneaker for the fall, but I don't know if this is something I would probably wear all year round.
right. Hmm.
But I do think that this is a really good quality sneaker. I'm going to try and like
Hmm.
show you the materials on this.
Oh, they look good. They
I
look
really
really
like
good.
how this looks kind of spray painted as well.
Hmm. And I like that gradient across that midsole as well. That looks really good.
Hmm.
Uh,
And just very
well,
subtle
yeah.
parts of that pop of orange.
Yes.
You can kind of see it in the air
Hmm.
bubble or air unit
Yeah.
there as well. We've got some hints of that
Mhm.
orange too.
No, I like that. I like that they didn't go overboard necessarily with the orange details, but it adds nice contrast, nice colors, and definitely seasonal, like you said. And I wish I would have seen it around Halloween because I feel like I would have been more inclined to be like, oh, I need this pair so I can wear it while I give out candy or something. I feel
I
like that
know,
would have been,
right?
yeah.
And so Kicks on Fire mentioned that there was
Mhm.
quotes that were going to actually be on insoles, but as you
Oh,
can see, there is no
mhm.
quotations on these, which you would
Yeah.
have seen on the earlier variations back in
Mhm.
2013. But these are
Mhm.
just simple. There's nothing special about them except for, the orange accents on that Jumpman logo. But
Mhm.
on the box, you are seeing that quotation from the advertisement
Mhm.
that they took from in
Nice.
2008.
Right.
And so let me just kind of show you that here on the box.
Oh, that's so cool. Now that I see it on the box, though, I really wish that they had put it on the insole or like somewhere inside the sneaker or something. I feel like that would have added a really nice touch to it. But at least it's somewhere. It's on the box.
Rudy, are you really up to 1,000 pairs of sneakers? You're killing the game right now. Are you going to build a home out of
Photo
sneakers
of
at some
this.
point?
I need to see a photo of this because I
Rudy has
only
a museum in Florida, and we're all going to go take a trip to
have
visit you, Rudy, and
oh, that would
visit
be
your
fun.
sneaker collection.
Field trip. I would love to see it. 95% dead stock. Crazy. I mean, I can only imagine since you have 1,000 pairs.
1,000 pairs,
Thousand
Rudy.
pairs. I'm sorry.
Rudy
I'm still hung
also, by the way, gets multiple pairs. So if he goes after one, he's
up.
probably going to get like 3 pairs altogether.
I think that makes a lot of sense though when you have multiple pairs. And it's like, okay, I get it.
95% dead stock, Rudy? What? Oh,
I know. That's why
Rudy
I was
is
like,
killing it.
that makes sense though. When you have 1,000 pairs, that's a lot to wear for sure. I
I
even
know, that
struggle
is a
with
lot.
when I only have like less than 200 or something. I don't know. But kudos to you for that one.
So next
I
up
want
is Air Jordan 2. These are set to release
to.
December 16th for
Okay.
$150. Um, these are known, I guess there's different names for them. So some people are calling them the Italy, some people are calling these the Christmas, and some are just saying this is like the Gucci because it is
Yeah,
very
oh,
much
because of
so
the
a Gucci
wedding.
colored sneaker, as you can
I can see
see.
that. Wow. Okay. I think for me, the Gucci makes the most sense. I don't know why. But I can totally see Italy. I can definitely see Christmas for these. Yeah. I think they're like the right shade of red and green as well.
And the
Yeah.
reason, most people are calling them the Italy's is because out of all of the Air
Mhm.
Jordan silhouettes, this is the only one that they actually made in Italy. So you can just tell
Oh,
by like the
nice.
quality of the
Mhm.
materials, they're kind of paying homage to, just
Mhm.
how upscale the
Yes.
specific materials are on the
Right?
sneaker,
Be
which
more
makes sense why
luxe
they went with those
sneaker.
colors.
No, absolutely. And it meant I think it meant to be more of like a luxe sneaker for the Air Jordan 2, right? Um, with the materials that they used.
Tell her
Yeah.
about oh yes, so Rudy has been on so many like
Uh-huh.
famous channels for his restaurant, Mons. So
Mhm.
next time you're out here, we'll have to go to one of Rudy has a couple restaurants and it's like
Yes.
phenomenal. I feel like, were you on Guy Fieri, Rudy? What was the channel? We'll shout you out so everybody can go and watch your episode.
I
But
have to go watch it
his Cuban
now.
food is on another level, and I'm on his wall of fame, so we'll have to get your photo up there
Oh
too.
my gosh, that'll be so exciting. I've never really had like good authentic Cuban food before, so I'm excited. Wow.
All
We should
right,
do
Rudy,
it.
you got to come back and visit when Mons is out here, so you can give
Yes.
us the grand tour again.
Yes. We can coordinate and then maybe we can do an episode in there. That'll be so
Yes.
that'll be so
What's up, Freezy the Go? Welcome in, everyone. I'm just going through all of these pieces that Jordan sent me. We're getting down to the last few, so thank you so much, everybody who's been riding with us for the past hour.
yes. But
I guess we're
Marissa's
getting
been
into the meat and
able to
potatoes.
share a lot of heat with us today. So I hope everyone is looking forward to the holidays and a lot of the holiday releases that are coming out. And, you know, I'm really happy to see a lot of some sneak peeks that we have from Jordan Brand. So
So
it's been
next
really
up,
nice.
this one is an Air Jordan 1 High. These are set to release on the 23rd. A little bit of
Mhm.
controversy, I feel like, going on around
Okay.
how many pairs Jordan Brand's going to be releasing.
Right.
These are known as the Celadons. You've probably
Hmm.
seen a lot of images leaked on these
I have
already.
seen a lot of those for sure. Yeah.
But this is a
I'm not sure.
really, it's an interesting color scheme. It kind of reminds me of
Interesting.
sorbet.
It does. It does. It reminds me, I don't know, the green looks like pistachio to me. I like how we're just coordinating it now with food. But
I know, right?
the color blocking is definitely interesting. Maybe not my favorite, but I can appreciate the shades that they use to put together for these. Ooh, and it comes with additional laces. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, you get
If you
some additional
want
laces
that.
on there. But I know a lot of people have been kind of going back and forth saying that there's only going to be around 5,000 pairs that
Ooh,
are set to
definitely.
release. But
Uh-huh.
Mr. Unloved Ones, I know, also tweeted on Twitter that that is not going to be the case. It's one of those
Mm.
things where we're just not going to really know till this actually
Right.
comes
Until
out.
release day.
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. But I
Wow.
do think, for kind of a almost reminds me of the green on the dunk. I feel like, is this like a similar
Yes.
green or is this more
I can bring
emerald?
it out. Because why don't we compare? I feel like the green on the dunk is like, actually, it might be the same. Who knows? Let's see. Why
I
don't
feel
we
like the
do a little
quality on these though
comparing?
is very
I think that
luxe.
one looks more green. Like this one's kind of more muted, like an olive.
Okay, yeah, this is a definitely a darker, or this is a lighter green actually in
I
comparison.
think it
Yours
looks lighter.
is,
Maybe it also has to do with the material though, because if this one's like
mm-hmm.
leather, that's nubuck. Is it nubuck? That's what it looks like.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
well, the toe box is just leather. It's more of an off-white tone though. It could be also because yours is white and this is more of
Right.
an
Yeah.
off-white tone and finish with cream hues,
Yeah.
so it could be affecting the way the
That's
green's
true.
looking as well.
Yeah, that's true because yeah, the midsole for this one's more on the white side. So, and I mean, maybe the camera's just not picking it up as well. I think the light's kind of washing it out a little bit, but yeah, I think because of the contrast. Yeah, now you can see it's a little more white. Yours has that more like cream off-white color, so comparable
Yeah.
though. Yeah.
If you guys
It
haven't
was
gone to
nice to
Rudy's restaurant, he just put it in the chat, everyone. If you're in New York, you have to go try it. I mean, his food is phenomenal. I always leave there overstuffed, Rudy, because you pretty much feed me everything on your menu.
I gotta take note now too and let, my friends who are visiting go and check it out.
It's so good. But the name of these is also based on a type of pottery. And it's like this glazed pottery that originated in China. It's beautiful pottery. So that's
Mhm.
kind of where they got
Mhm.
the name from. And that kind of nice, kind of greenish jade color.
Mhm.
This is the box.
Yeah. Very good. Oh,
So
cute.
there's
Definitely matches the
these.
sneaker. Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
For the
last
top
but not
row.
least, I would say this is one of the most talked about sneakers, and some of you have already
Well,
copped a pair of these on that
the shock drop.
early access shop. Yeah, shock drop, or I mean, premeditated
The
drop.
premeditated drop. That's what we're dubbing it now, everybody, in case you didn't
I
catch us in
know.
the because we were talking about it right off the bat.
Let me show the box actually before.
Okay, yeah.
But this box is beautiful.
Oh,
Let me just kind of like
it looks
show
so
everybody what
sleek.
this is
I
going to
love
look
it.
like. Mm-hmm.
It looks so good.
Got that Lux little gold
Yeah,
ring there as well.
yeah.
But
I love
these
how.
are officially set to release December 9th. So unfortunately, those who didn't catch that shock drop, you're going to have to wait a little bit. But the month is flying by,
December
so it's going
9th
to
is
be
going
like
to be here
tomorrow.
before we know it, though. So,
No.
I think we can be a little bit patient when it comes to this release.
Let me show you the inside as well. Oh, sorry, everybody. Like slipped there, but nice little
Oh,
verbiage there. So for those of you who are wondering why they called it gratitude, this is basically a thank you to the day ones that have been committed to Jordan Brand. So this
hmm
is a thank you to all of us. That's why they decided to come out with this pair.
hmm
If you're an 11 fan, I feel like the best 11s always release during the holiday. It's
I think so
just
too. Yep, for
right. It's a
sure.
very December type of sneaker
December release.
release.
It's like a holiday release. Whenever I think about 11s, I think about December holiday release. And wow, they look so good.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong. This is just a very clean
Oh, yeah.
looking sneaker. Quality is immaculate. I'll hold it up close to
Mhm.
see if you can see the tumbled leather on there, but they really killed
Oh,
it with this one on the materials.
oh, I'm really happy to hear that because some
Even the
I've gotten in the
detailing
past,
there.
multiple pairs have not always been the best quality. So I'm happy to hear that this one is good to go. They look so good.
Yeah, they definitely did a really good job on this
Mhm.
pair. The box is lovely. We've got some
Mhm.
gold on the insole as well. But yeah, I mean, it's always frustrating when you don't know what the quality is going to be. But I will vouch.
Yeah.
This is a great looking pair.
Thank you for, giving that early look because now we know what to expect. But I'm a gold girl,
You're
so
paying
I'm loving
$230, right, Mons? You want to know?
I hope so. If you're paying that much. I always expect a lot when it comes to quality, but of course, you gotta um, you have to be prepared for what's to come in the box sometimes. But they look really good.
Yeah, they did a
Yeah.
great job. And I again, the glossy finish on that patent leather just always kills it when it comes to 11s.
Yes. I'm never
Whoops.
disappointed, at least like with the colorways that have come out and stuff like that. But
So shiny,
Rudy,
you can see my camera
yeah,
equipment.
it's very shiny. But Rudy said he likes the Neapolitans better.
Really, Rudy? So the woman's exclusive, huh? I
Yeah,
mean,
I
there's
mean,
a little bit of hint of pink on those.
yeah, I do like the pink, I will say. I think they did a really good job on that release, especially since it's a women's release, but I don't know. I mean, if I could have both, I could, but
I
I
know
think I would
Rudy's
rather.
gonna have both of these, 100%. But wow, I can't believe we made it through everything that Jordan Brand sent me. Huge shout out to Jordan Brand. You all are so amazing. Thank you for always just keeping me fully stocked with the best pairs of sneakers. And of course, giving Mons and I the opportunity to kind of be the first to actually unveil these for all of you to see. I'm going to have videos up on each of these. I don't know when, but I will have these up at some point. And again, if you are a member on my channel, you are going to have early access to seeing these videos first.
Mhm.
That's just a big thank you to all of you for being members. But
Mhm.
also, you'll get to see these fully styled, and we'll
Yes,
do a full
those
hardcore
styling videos.
unboxing on them.
No, definitely. I think styling videos are super important, especially if you're one to be on the fence about it because you don't know how to style it. I think you do such a good job with your styling videos and give a lot of great inspiration when it comes to your fashion and just styling sneakers in general. So I'm looking forward to those. And I gotta ask you, so which one is your favorite? Or like since I know we went through a lot, which ones are your favorite? Or
Ugh. Out of all of
looking
these, I
wearing.
mean, gosh, I definitely, obviously, the gratitudes, I feel like
Stunning.
for me
Mm-hmm.
personally, I think it's definitely a pinnacle for the holiday releases and material wise. I think they just nailed it on that one.
Agree.
Um,
Yeah.
oh, I think yeah, I will probably have to stick with that one out of all the ones that they
Yeah.
sent me. The
So,
ones are interesting. I think that they actually did a really good job on the color scheme, and I'm already looking at these laces like,
right.
don't want to lose these. I'm gonna
So
put it back in the box
good.
before I'm in that moment where you can't figure out what pair this goes to.
Oh yeah, I know. I feel like I
It's the
definitely
worst.
switched my lace options across different sneakers for sure. Or at least like if I have a vision of what lace would look good with it, I've definitely taken it from other pairs before. So, you
Right.
know, things all
Mixing
around,
and
not and then I
matching.
forget what's come with what, and it's a whole mess. I feel like I just have a box of just lace options laying around for sure.
I have
So
bags of
yeah.
laces. It has
Yeah.
become like my sock bag where I have my missing socks. I now have a missing lace bag.
Yeah, I have a little, yeah, I same. I have a little like lunchbox box looking thing that is just carrying all my extra laces right now. So that's fun when you're trying to
Glad
look
to know
for
I'm
lace.
not the only one, Mons.
No, definitely not. I feel like when we have the amount of sneakers that we do, it just kind of, and we're switching all the time because I'm one to also get bored sometimes when it comes to like sneakers in a sense that like I like to switch it up if it has those options. So I'm just like throwing it all over the place and then next thing you know, I don't know where it is. So that's always fun.
Say, Zara, you wish the
You're not alone.
Neapolitans
You're not
came in your
alone in
set.
that.
I know. I'm like, everybody's like, I wish the Neapolitans came. I know. These women's exclusives. Now you get to feel what the women feel like, though, I
No,
guess, right?
like to not have it in your size. Like when the
Uh,
Satins came out, I know some people, couldn't get them because they didn't come in their size. So, I mean, not to say that now you know how it feels. Now you know how it feels.
I know.
But
Exactly. Rudy, I
I
need
hope
some of your
maybe
Cuban cuisine right now, though. Can you feed Mons and I? We're hungry.
I'm hungry. I haven't had dinner yet, so send them my way, please, because I
I
would love
know.
to have some Cuban food. That sounds fantastic.
Maybe cold by the time it gets to Mons, but maybe we can Uber Eats you.
I can do something, or yeah, it looks like I'm just gonna have to make a trip out for sure to the East
Right.
Coast. I think that's the goal for next year is to make it to a lot of places, meet people in person. At least like that's my goal for the coming year is to just like be with people and, hang out and I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, well, we'll be so excited when you make it out to the East Coast, and of course, I'll 100% be in San Diego for Comic Con next year.
Yes.
Already
Yes,
got my
I will be
approval, so I'll definitely 100% be there. Already have my hotel and everything reserved, so
perfect. Yes. Oh, yes,
set
I'm
and
so
ready to
excited.
go with that. And I'll
Mhm.
have to inform everybody how my first anime NYC goes tomorrow. I'm really excited. It's my first time going, so I think it's sold out actually already. These events sell out so fast, it's crazy.
I'm not surprised about the Anime Con because of how the Anime Con in LA was absolutely insane. Like, I was actually really scared for the people there because I don't know if you saw
So many
videos
people
of Anime Con, but it was like sardines in there and there was no
packed.
where to move. And I understand that it's been a few years since, conventions have been back up. So a lot of people are excited, but I was
Mm,
just very surprised at the lack of crowd control. So I hope
yeah, overbooking.
different.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Uh, so I hope it's gonna be fun though. I'll be looking forward to your cosplay and I hope that your costumes come through and yes.
It's not my fault if I'm not in cosplay, everyone. We're just gonna blame the postal service for not getting my costumes out to me in time. But I'm hoping that the cosplay gods will look down upon me and get my costumes delivered.
No, definitely. We will manifest it for you, but in the instance that you don't get them in, we'll be looking forward to the heat that you'll be wearing. Maybe you can put a poll up to see what people want to see at Comic-Con. That'd be fun.
Yeah, no, I always have polls on my community tab, everyone on YouTube. So if
Mhm. Yes.
you
Yes.
don't go to my community tab, that's where all the polls are.
Mhm.
So we'll definitely probably put one
I
up
love
for,
polls. It's
right?
so
Polls
fun.
are great. They're fun. It's like a little
Polls are so
game.
good, yeah. And it's fun
Rudy,
to
you're going to
see like
be in the
everyone's
holidays too.
interests.
Yeah, Rudy's going to be in the holiday season, so maybe your opportunity to do a last minute trip.
Oh my gosh. If I do a last minute trip, I will let you guys know. Or
Right?
yeah, Come to California. That would be a lot of fun. Well, I mean, you will already be here for Comic Con, but any other time, we
I
would
may
love to have
actually be
you.
there. Well, not San Diego though. I may be in LA beginning of December,
I'm in
but
LA very often, so that can certainly
it's not
that
too
can certainly
far.
happen.
How long is the drive from San Diego to LA?
So, from San Diego to Orange County, it's about an hour and a half. If we're going to like LA, like Hollywood or downtown LA or LAX in that general area, about like 2-ish hours. But that's considering there's no traffic.
No
But I feel
traffic.
like
Yeah.
we had no traffic, or maybe like 2.5. So I think that's like a pretty standard time to get there. But that's considering you leave at an appropriate time, because if you leave, I feel like if you leave any later than 9 or 10 o'clock, you're already stuck in traffic and you haven't even gotten out of
Yeah.
San Diego.
I could see
Yeah.
that. I mean, I lived in LA for quite some time and I'll
You
never
know,
forget the traffic ever.
it hasn't gone any better. If anything, it's probably gone worse. So, but yeah, it's fun to be there. And a lot of the times, if there are events going on, I'll be around there as well. So,
Oh, nice. Adam,
yeah,
you're going to be
be a
at
lot of fun.
Anime NYC. Well, be sure to flag me down. I'll be there with a little camera team. So hopefully,
Mhm.
any of you that are on our live right now will be able to see you either Friday. I'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a good time. I need to do
Yeah.
cosplay as Lightning from Final Fantasy. All right, I'm going to have to start taking notes for everybody's like cosplay
Good
request.
job.
So hopefully I can always mix and match and see exactly, what I will surprise you all with my cosplay appearances.
Yeah, no, that'll
Unheard
be a lot of fun.
attempts.
And I've been wanting to cosplay for a long time for Comic Con, but I just never get around to doing it because, as you know, since you went this year, it is so hot in July. And I cannot get myself to go on full cosplay when it's like 80 to 90 degrees outside with a full on
Well,
costume.
Mons,
Like,
I said this
so
too
yeah.
to some cosplayers, and you know what? They
Yeah.
looked at me and they said, "Girl, you're gonna suffer and you're gonna love every second of it." So I was like, you know
Oh,
what? You're right. That
you're
is what
right.
I'm gonna
You're right.
do.
Yeah. And just
Made
be,
me actually think twice about myself. I'm like, man, I'm such a baby. I need to suck
I know,
this
right?
up.
We're
And I
like,
was dying in my costume, my diva
right?
costume. Oh my God, Mons.
No, you had really great cosplays, and that's why I'm just like when I see all these people, and I love seeing people that come in their full cosplay just for cosplay as well. And I think it's so great to see, and I'm just like, I want to be like them so bad, and I get all of this great inspiration, and then once it comes around, I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good.
All
It's
right,
so hot, I can't.
Mons, I'm going to inspire you. We can like
Yes,
team up and do something like similar characters because that's always
that would
fun.
be so fun. Yeah,
So we'll
let's
pre-plan
do it.
something.
'Cause I have some in my mind that I've been wanting to do for a while.
We should
Mostly
start
from like,
early though because I've
I know
realized it's really
that
stressful when
get
you
every
don't plan early.
I know. Well, if anyone has any suggestions on what you would like to see us cosplay as, I would love to get some ideas, some inspo, because since we're talking about it right now, I am determined to dress up for this coming Comic Con for sure. At
I
least one
feel like
day.
if we get the Powder Puff Dunks, we should go dressed up as that, Mons.
Yeah.
So I think we need to get those
And that's easy.
dunks.
At least I think it would be easy to wear,
Yes.
dress and stuff. I'm down.
I think
So,
that
hey,
could be
there's
an option.
yes.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for jumping in and tuning in with Mons and I. Again, thank you, Jordan Brand. Thank you to Hoka. Thank you to Puma
Mhm.
and Noah for thinking of me and sending these pieces my way. I actually even was at a couple other events today. Athleta got some amazing leggings from them today, and Esprit. I don't know if you remember that brand. Their store
Mhm.
just opened today in New York, and actually, let me
Mhm.
grab this little tote bag. But I got some pieces
Yeah.
from Esprit. It was kind of like one
Mhm.
of the brands I grew up with. So it's really cool to see that they're like coming back, bringing a
I
brand
haven't
like
heard
them
of
back
in a
out.
long time.
It's crazy,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
have a brand new store in New York. So again,
Mhm.
next time you're out
Mhm.
here, Mons,
Yeah.
you'll definitely have to check it out.
Mhm.
But I got a cute little
Yeah.
tote bag.
Oh my gosh, I love the red. I kid you
And
not. Yeah,
then
I haven't seen it in so long. So I think it's exciting that a lot of brands are actually kind of making a comeback. Like I mean, this isn't sneaker related, but Coach, for example, like I loved Coach growing up, and I had a couple bags, and
It's
then
my
now
high
that it's
school
making
bag,
it,
girl. Carrying your Coach
oh,
bag, you were like legit.
I
Not that
know
you
if you
even
had that
needed to
Coach
have a
bag,
purse in high school, but I was like, yeah, that's right. My lunch money's in here.
yeah, exactly. So it's really exciting to see all of the brands that we
Show.
grew up with kind of make a comeback, and I love that. It's so
I
great to
actually
see.
had a hard time because they let me pick out what color I wanted,
Mhm.
but I
Yeah.
couldn't figure out what color. So I would ask for one and then be like, actually, can I exchange this for a different color or another color or another color? And then actually, I got this really cool hat too.
Ooh,
It's really fuzzy. It's like a little fleece hat for the winter
yeah,
time.
perfect.
But they
Perfect.
have their classic pieces, but they also
Yeah.
are like launching so many other pieces, and like the price point is
Mhm.
amazing. I'm shocked at how
Mhm.
much they're charging. But
Yeah.
look how cute this cap
Ooh, that is
is.
so cute. And I like that the bill is curved because it looks so cute. I like it. The flat ones just same thing. They don't look good on me. I don't know what it is. But I love a cute bill, so that I don't know.
Look at this little
Oh,
sofa that they
cute. Oh my
had.
God.
How cute is that? I
Yeah.
haven't tried this yet, but this is berry cherry. There were so many flavors, so I was having a hard time trying to figure out like which one to choose.
That sounds like a good flavor though, berry cherry. And I love the
Yeah,
graphic on it. So cute.
I
I
know. It's
love.
like a little cute little robot, and it says
Oh,
cool.
very cute.
Yeah, so definitely
Oh,
check out the Esprit store if you're in New York. And
yeah.
today, Athleta, I wish you lived here, Mons, because we would have so much fun. You could come to all these fun
I
events with
know. Well,
me.
I feel like if I lived there, I would spend so much money.
Yes and
Already
no.
more than I do.
Well,
And
Athleta today had like a really cool thing on the High Line. They were doing yoga. They had like Beyonce's backup dancers like teaching dances today. They had like an acoustic musician, and they were giving out free pairs of leggings. So, yeah, I mean, who
nice.
doesn't love a free pair of leggings?
I've sign me up every time, but I know we were talking about retail stores, and I guess just to kind of, I know we're nearing the end of our live, but something that I did want to bring up is, the state of retail stores and where we're headed, because like you said, we're seeing a lot of stores kind of start closing down. Like there was talks about Atmos closing their US locations and Juice Store LA,
Mm-hmm.
but it seems like it's kind of going back and forth, which is interesting. But on the flip side, we're seeing a lot of
Other
businesses
brands
expand.
resurging, right?
Absolutely, like researching like Esprit and
Oh,
other
yeah.
things. So I need to know how now, or not now, but since you are in New York, what are you seeing over there? Is it kind of like balance? You're seeing a lot of resurgence with old brands. Like what's the state right now?
I think that we are seeing a lot of resurgence with older brands, but
Mhm,
also I think it
mhm.
depends on the type of brand. I
Right.
think right
Mhm,
now sneakers is a very kind of tricky arena just because
mhm,
people's buying habits are changing right now. I think a lot of people are
mhm.
saving their money and really waiting to make those buying purchases. So I
Makes
think
sense.
people are definitely getting more strict when it comes
Mhm,
to what they really want to buy and add to their
mhm,
collection versus it's completely
mhm.
different on the spectrum of clothing, but
Right.
also
Mhm,
Esprit is its own entity, it's its own brand.
mhm.
Whereas, like
Right.
an Atmos, right, you have
Mhm,
buyers who are buying products from different brands, and you're relying
right. Mhm,
on buying those products at a wholesale price point. But if
mhm,
you have to discount everything and also,
mhm,
share a portion of that with these retailers, you're not really
mhm.
making that large of a profit margin. And
Definitely. Yeah.
unfortunately, these smaller boutique companies that are
Mhm.
typically like mini department stores in a sense,
Right.
where
Mhm,
they may have their own in house brand where they're going to make,
mhm,
a max profit because they're
mhm.
making that in house. But again, even making
Mhm.
your own brand, you're upfronting a ton of cost just to have
Definitely.
and
Yeah.
securing,
Mhm,
and making that product to have. There's no guarantee
mhm,
that you're going to actually sell it. So it's
mhm,
basically like having money in a bank sitting in your
mhm.
store and you need to move
Definitely.
that
Right.
product. So I do
Hmm.
think that it's a tricky place right now. And even, with department stores and things like that, a lot of it is kind of pre-sale where they want to know
Hmm.
that you're going to buy it ahead of time, and
Hmm.
then, they can go in and then purchase that from a brand
Right.
ahead of time,
Hmm.
knowing that there is an automatic sale and purchase that's going to be made. But a lot of these
Sounds
boutique stores, they also have minimums. So imagine if you have to buy a certain minimum from a
mhm.
brand, that's
Right.
also something you have to think about. Am I going to see that return? Or am I
Right.
not? Am I going to be spending this minimum and not even hitting or leveling out at a certain price point? And you're also seeing, brands like Nike and Jordan where they're
Mhm.
going straight to the outlets. I mean, it's
Yes.
just, it's a different time right now, People
Very different right now. Yeah.
are exhausted. And I think, they don't have control over what Nike and Jordan decides to release either,
Right.
So if they want to release 50 pairs of sneakers in
Mhm.
a month, they can do that.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
for, these smaller boutique retailers, that
Mhm.
creates an exhaustion with the consumer.
Mhm.
And
Right.
so
Mhm.
buying habits will be structured around those releases and how limited they are. And if
Mhm.
you also have no control on those types of releases. And I feel like we're seeing a lot of
Mhm.
these collaborations happening left and right, that it's also
Mhm.
kind of hard to keep up with the collabs these days,
It's a
you
lot.
know?
I think a lot of it comes with, like you said, so many collaborations and brands popping up. I think it becomes overwhelming. So whatever's hot right
Mhm.
now is what's going to sell, and whatever else is releasing just kind of gets put to the wayside. And like you said, we're seeing a lot of things that you probably wouldn't see recently in outlets. Like I've definitely got some gems from outlets for sure, like years back, which I'm very excited about. But I think it's interesting to see that there is definitely a shift, and it'll be I'm curious to see what direction everything will be going through, at
Yeah.
least with the
And
sneaker
even
industry.
these retail spaces, imagine rent in New York, Mons. Like you have to
I can
meet
only
like these
imagine,
insane
yeah, the business
commercial
standpoint. Yeah,
rental
right.
prices. To
Mhm.
offset
Right.
that, you have your employees. I mean, there's
Hmm.
just so many different back end bills that you have to
Definitely.
think about. And I
Right.
think about Romy and
Hmm.
Michelle's high school reunion, where I think every girl
Hmm.
my age, we were like, oh my God,
Hmm.
our dream is to open
Hmm.
like a boutique store and have it.
Yes. Oh,
But you don't think about
yeah.
all of these crazy costs that you have to upfront in order to have that retail space. And I
Yes.
think a lot of
I think
brands,
so.
unfortunately, can't even stay afloat with being able to afford that
Yeah.
retail space on its own, let
Yes.
alone purchasing and buying the product to house inside of the store.
Yes.
And, I
Exactly.
think that Jordan Brand and Nike, they
Hmm.
basically withdrew from a lot of stores and they're back
Hmm.
in there. But you saw that happen with Foot Locker. Like they were really
Hmm.
holding back on products that were
Right.
being, presented in those types of stores in a sense where it was kind
Mhm.
of like, we don't need you. Like we're gonna make the money we're gonna make, right? On our
Yeah, exactly.
own.
No
You're
matter
just a
how we
secondary
distribute the
outlet.
product. Hmm. Yep.
Exactly. But
Hmm.
again, those retailers have to purchase those pieces in
Hmm.
order to house them
Right.
as well. But again, having a brand like that brings
Hmm.
customers into the store, into the space.
Yeah. No, exactly.
So
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, it's really just kind of rolling the dice sometimes with the economy,
Hmm.
and understanding
Right.
like where the state of the economy is and how that's going to
Hmm.
affect the retail market. But I think that
Hmm.
the smaller stores are the ones that get affected the hardest.
Yep, definitely. And I mean, we ourselves here in San Diego don't have very many stores. So to see, I have one local brand here that I frequent a lot, doing really well, expanding the business, opening locations. And, that's really great to see coming from a small business kind of expanding. But
Hmm.
of course, not all retail stores are like that. And it's just, I think it's sad to see from a consumer standpoint. I love going into store to kind of get that full on shopping experience. It's something that I've always enjoyed, and more so also outside of sneakers. Like that's just something I enjoy. So I don't know. I think it makes me sad to see that retail stores are not the way they used to be. And yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, it just kind of like goes with the state of the world right now and the economy, and it will definitely change sooner than later again. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the economy is like a roller coaster sometimes,
Mhm.
and sometimes it flatlines, sometimes it's a big dip, sometimes it's a higher up.
Right.
Steven says people will pay for quality and authenticity. I agree with you, Steven. I think,
Absolutely. I
again,
completely
that's
agree with
part of
you.
a consumer's judgment. You know, is this something
Mhm.
that's high quality? Is this authentic to me? And do I see
Mhm.
myself wearing this,
Yeah.
throughout
Mhm.
each year?
Right.
And I think when you think about the cost of sneakers these days too, it's a lot of money. So you really are investing in pieces that you really think you're going to actually wear.
Right.
Um, and that's why, I love doing these videos because I want
Mhm.
all of you to be able to see the quality of the sneakers, to see the material
Yeah.
of the sneakers,
Mhm.
for what it is. Because
Yes.
unfortunately, sometimes with your purchases, like you can't make returns. There's no second chance in that sense. You're going to be stuck with
Nope.
that shoe. So I hope that, when you are making purchases and you're seeing my content or Mons's
Mhm.
content or whoever is out there
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
discussing sneakers and products, the point
Mhm.
of these videos that we make or even this live that we're doing is to help
Mhm.
you make the best decisions and best judgments, when pulling the trigger on purchasing these products.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Well said. Exactly. You said it right.
Yeah.
No. So,
All right,
well,
everyone. Well, until our
yes.
next live, I can't believe it's Thanksgiving next week. I
I
was actually going to do a Friendsgiving, but I don't think I have time to this year. I'm so sad. I usually do one every year with my friends, but I think it's just going to be a family Thanksgiving this year.
Hey, that's okay. Yeah, I think we don't really have plans ourselves. I will be at Disneyland the day after Thanksgiving, so I'm
Ah,
looking
fun.
forward to that. So definitely it's a different Thanksgiving this year, but um,
That'll be a
yeah,
fun Thanksgiving. I love a
yeah, I look
theme
forward to
park
something different.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think it's always nice to do something different outside of routine or a tradition, I guess you could say. So I'm looking forward to it.
I
Um,
literally just saw this thing flash on my Instagram today
yeah.
about a Polar Express train in Jersey. So I think I have to go. I need to do that. It's
Oh,
literally like the
cool.
series or the animation. I mean, it's crazy.
That would
And
be
they
so
provide food and everything on the train, and they like treat you like you're a character.
That's so cool. Well, if you go, let us know at our next live how it went, and I'll
Yes, I
be looking
will.
forward
I'll take
to
video. We can play the
yes,
video on our
anyway,
live.
that yes. I'll be looking forward to that for sure. Awesome.
What's up, John? Hopping in here late. Well, everyone, we've been on for almost like 2 hours. So if you're still in here, thank you so much for hanging in there with us. We had a lot to talk about tonight. It was such a
Yes,
pleasure having you, Mons, as usual on
likewise.
She Speaks Sneakers. We love having you on board with us to talk and discuss
Yeah.
everything and anything about sneakers. But yeah, everyone, we are going to hopefully be able to do a live next week before everybody leaves and goes out of town for the
Mhm.
holiday. Maybe
Mhm.
we'll even have some turkey to eat on our live. I don't know. Maybe not.
Let's maybe we can have a plate of food or something so that we can
I
have
know.
our kind of
Rudy,
friendsgiving with
cook for us for our next
yes.
live.
I need food. I'm just kidding. Don't send
I
me
know.
do a long trip. But yeah, maybe we can have some food and just like enjoy with everyone who's going to be joining us for the live that day. So thank
Yeah.
you
But
all
again,
for
hit that thumbs
that.
up. Be sure you're subscribed to the channel as well. And if you're not a member already, what are you waiting for? Be sure to check out those membership options. I'm going to be shooting sneakers pretty much all this weekend. This is probably, I think, the warmest days we're going to have in New York, Mon. So I like need to get it done because if I
Yeah.
don't, it's going to be so freaking cold that I'm going to be shaking all my videos and my lips will be blue. But hopefully we're not going to have to film in like negative degrees out here. But again, love having you all on with us for this live. So thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Be sure to follow Mons if you're not already. She does some amazing fit pieces as well on her channel. And again, just really up and coming female sneaker YouTuber. We love to see it. And I can't wait to see your channel continue to grow, Mons. But
Thank you.
other than that, everyone, hope you have an amazing rest of the week. We will catch you
Yes.
on our next live. Have a good
Yes.
night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.